Yo, what's good, homies at home? It's your boy RC here again. Ready to get into this video about WatchMojo.com called Top 10 Biggest Sports Upsets Part 2. And that thumbnail, I mean, I can see Venus or Serena Williams on the front of the thumbnail. I mean, it's probably going to be a huge upset involving them. But hopefully y'all enjoy the video. Hopefully I enjoy it. Remember to smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, share. Follow me on Twitter at RC_reacts. Follow me on Instagram at RC_reacts. I'm not going to waste any more time talking and jaw jacking. I'm going to go ahead and hop into this video right now. I love videos about watching.
Sometimes the underdog comes out on top.
You know, when you put the ball and run, don't think and run, and then I won.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for another top 10 sports upsets.
Man, we said a prayer before, and you know we pray a lot and we expect a lot of things, but this just shows how powerful God is. And man, I'm so thankful for the job that these guys did on this race car.
For this list, we're taking a look at even more of the most shocking single-game upsets in professional sports. That means no series upsets, and this time, no college upsets.
Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Number 10, Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm, UFC 193.
Well, it sounds like a cliche, but here's a woman who needs no introduction.
Going into her fight with Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey was touted as one of the greatest pound-for-pound female.
Ronda Rousey thought she was cocky, like she really thought she was going to be Holly Holm, and everybody thought she was going to be Holly Holmes, because this was going to be, as far as we're concerned, UFC, felt like it was going to be like a quick Mike Tyson like boxing match, like
mixed martial artists in the UFC, arguably of all time. She'd won all of her previous fights convincingly, either knocking out her opponents or forcing them to submit, sometimes just seconds into the fight. Needless to say, Ronda was confident before the fight and was expected to defend her belt for a long time.
Kind of reminds me of like a bracket in judo. You're not going to win the Olympics unless you win the first round of the Olympic trials, or the finals of the Olympic trials, or the first round of the Olympics, or the quarterfinals. Like every single one of them is just as important as an Olympic final.
But that all came crashing down in the most attended UFC match to that point, when former boxer Holly Holm stepped into the octagon and knocked Ronda out with a devastating high kick to the head in the second round to become the new UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the world.
So it's a huge giant leap, but that's okay with me. I'm going in there to win. I'm taking this fight with full confidence that I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do what I want to do.
Number 9, the Green Bay Packers versus the Denver Broncos, Super Bowl 32.
I don't follow football. I really
Brett
don't care
Favre's
for
Green Bay
football,
Packers were
we'll
the defending Super Bowl champions and 11-point favorites over John Elway's Broncos, who had already lost in 3 Super Bowls during the Hall of Fame quarterback's tenure. Broncos running back Terrell Davis ran for 157 yards and scored 3 rushing touchdowns despite a blinding migraine.
What's that? Can't see. Okay, just do this.
But it was Elway's helicopter, a dramatic dive into the end zone where the QB sacrificed his body and got flipped around in midair by Packers defenders, that became one of the most iconic moments in any Super Bowl, and a signature play in his incredible NFL career.
Every once in a while, a game gives you that play that everybody kind of recognizes what's unfolding as it happened. And the Elway helicopter was one of those moments when you say, we can skip ahead here. We know how it ends.
The Broncos played power football and beat the favored Packers to become Super Bowl champions.
Denver's gonna win it! Are you kidding me?
Number 8, everyone versus Trevor Bayne, the 2011 Daytona 500.
I'm just a normal kid. I still hang out with my friends in Knoxville and in North Carolina. I mean, I go out wakeboard, snowboard, play guitar, all that stuff.
At 20 years and 1 day old, Trevor Bayne defeated several far more experienced drivers and avoided multiple wrecks to become the youngest person ever to win the Daytona 500, and only the second person to win the race on his first try.
That was his first try. He won the Daytona 500 20 years and 1 month. Trevor Bayne, legend already. A legend already.
Racing in just his second career Cup start,
Wow.
Bain suited up with Wood Brothers Racing, a team with a lack of sponsorship that was in the midst of a 10-year winless drought.
Look at this. This is unbelievable. This is fairy tale stuff.
Beating legends like Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr., Bain shocked the racing world by crossing the finish line ahead of everyone and becoming possibly the most unlikely Cinderella story in the race's history. Bain's achievement will probably remain the biggest upset in NASCAR history for quite some time.
Travis, I'm going to say some words to you. You're a Daytona 500 winner. Has it sunk in?
No, I keep thinking I'm dreaming. I really do.
Number 7, Japan versus South Africa, the 2015 Rugby World Cup.
The upset is still on for Eddie Jones and the Brave Blossoms.
South Africa is an undisputed rugby powerhouse, taking home the World Cup twice since the tournament began in 1987.
This will go out from the captain, their try scorer, and Fourie du Preez sends the ball into the stands and sends South Africa into the last 4 of the World Cup.
Japan has qualified for every single Rugby World Cup since the tournament's inception, but had only won a single game in their 7 previous appearances before 2015. Japan stunned the world when they defeated South Africa 34-32 in the opening game of the pool stage, which happened to be their first win in the tournament since 1991.
Here we go!
Japan didn't go far in the later stages of the tournament, but finished the pool stage with 3 victories, and their best record so far. But their astonishing upset over the Springboks has put them on the world rugby map for good.
It's impossible to get a word in here amongst the roar of the crowd. It is just incredible. Heartbreak for South Africa. It's not been a good afternoon for them.
Number 6, Rafael Nadal versus Robin Soderling, the 2009 French Open.
It's wide! Soderling takes out Nadal.
Rafael Nadal was seemingly unbeatable on the clay courts of the French Open, taking home 4 consecutive titles from 2005 to 2008. That's why tennis fans were so surprised when he lost to the relatively unknown Robin Soderling in the 4th round of the 2009 tournament.
What a conversion from Soderling.
Wow. While many cite the knee tendinitis that kept Nadal out of Wimbledon a few weeks later as the cause of this dramatic upset, we can't forget to mention Soderling's play, as he absolutely dominated one of the greatest tennis stars of all time.
I know how he play, how dangerous he can be, but yesterday I didn't play my best tennis, and I didn't attack in no one moment. I play very short, and I makes him very easy to play at this level, no?
Soderling ultimately lost in the final to Roger Federer, but he and Nadal would meet again the following year in the final of the French Open, where Nadal came out on top.
And order has been restored in Paris. Once again, Rafael Nadal unchallenged. Wins his 5th French Open title.
Number 5, George Foreman versus Muhammad Ali, the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship.
Maybe he can pull off a miracle. But against George Foreman, so young, so strong, so fearless.
It was infamous boxing promoter Don King's idea to have dictator Mobutu Sese Seko pay for and host a fight between Ali and Foreman in what was then the African nation of Zaire.
Don King put this together. It was not a color put it together. You understand? I'd like to call him the Messiah.
The result was the Rumble in the Jungle. For context, Ali had been stripped of his title for dodging the Vietnam draft and lost by decision to Joe Frazier in the fight of the century, his first title fight since his comeback. The 32-year-old faced off against the young champion Foreman to finally reclaim his title as heavyweight champion, and he did so in tremendous fashion. The champ sat back and let Big George tire himself out by using what later became known as the rope-a-dope technique, finally knocking Foreman out in the closing moments of the 8th round.
Those punches that went right to the ground, it's like he stumbled. He didn't want to go to the ground, but he went to the ground. That is dope. Before it was Mike Tyson.
Number 4, the St. Louis Rams versus the New England Patriots, Super Bowl 36.
Adam Vinatieri will try to win it with a 47-yard field goal.
In the New England Patriots' first ever Super Bowl win, 6th round draft pick and backup turned starting quarterback Tom Brady went from being a relative nobody to a household name.
Brady stands in the pocket, dumps it off to the left, complete to J.R. Redmond, 30, 35, to the 40, and a first down.
He did so by becoming the youngest quarterback at the time to ever win a Super Bowl, leading his team to victory over Kurt Warner and the offensive juggernauts, the greatest show on turf, St. Louis Rams. The Rams entered the game 14-point favorites, but it didn't matter because this was the first time in Super Bowl history that the game was won on the last play of the game.
7 seconds. They got Vinatieri in range, and it's right down the pipe.
Oh, that was a nice kick. Okay. That was nice.
The Patriots have won Super Bowl 36.
As the clock wound down, Adam Vinatieri managed to kick a 48-yard field goal to secure the win for the Pats, 20-17.
And it is good! It's good! Adam Vinatieri makes a 48-yard field goal, and the Patriots are Super Bowl champions!
Number 3, Serena Williams versus Roberta Vinci, the 2015 U.S. Open.
How do you describe it?
It's going to be Venus or Serena. And that's the upset. She lost to that woman.
Serena Williams was just 2 wins away from making history. Having reached the semifinals of the U.S. Open, after already winning the rest of the Grand Slam events in the 2015 calendar year, she was pitted against the unseeded Italian Roberta Vinci. A victory for Williams would have put her within 1 win of accomplishing something no woman had done since Steffi Graf in 1988, and that only 3 women had done before at all, to complete a calendar year Grand Slam. Unfortunately for Williams, Vinci came to play.
Sometimes upsets like this
While the first set went to Serena, Vinci took over and decisively ended Williams' chance at the elusive calendar year Grand Slam. Unfortunately, Vinci lost in the final to fellow Italian Flavia Pennetta.
So she still lost, but she beat Serena. It was still a big upset,
Number 2,
though.
Man-O War versus Upset, the 1919 Sanford Memorial Stakes.
Then there was Man-O War, one of the great race horses of all time.
Even though the horse was named Upset, no one could have predicted just how much he would live up to that name at the Sanford Memorial Stakes in the summer of 1919. The famed thoroughbred Man-O War was on a 6-race win streak when Upset managed to win the race by a nose, becoming the only horse in history to defeat the legendary Man-O War.
He was only beaten once in a 21-race career. He had a lordly, imperious, difficult temper. His trainer once said of him, he was hell to break, a headache to handle, and a catapult to ride.
In fact, some would have you believe that the term upset originated as a result of this win, as the term is used to refer to surprising or unlikely sports wins. While this isn't necessarily true, upset definitely had a hand in popularizing the term.
When a big favorite is surprisingly defeated, there's a word for that. We call it an upset, and a large part of the reason why traces back to right here at Saratoga and the 1919 Sanford Stakes.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Spot in the air, it's got the distance, it is no good!
England could do no more. The match ended 1-0, and the shock result travelled around the world to be met with disbelief.
Breeze hits it in the air to center. We will see you tomorrow night.
3-2 pitch.
Ground ball off the glove of Ibar! They did it! They win it! The Netherlands is going to Miami! Down goes the Dominican! Dog hosts to being a hero and he's missed, but they're all down. Penalty markers down all over the field.
Illegal substitution, too many men on the field.
Number 1, Germany versus Denmark, the 1992 UEFA Euro.
Do you have one more surprise left for us in this championship?
I hope so. Why not?
The Danish national football team was called on to replace war-torn Yugoslavia less than 2 weeks before the start of the 1992 Euros.
The war in Yugoslavia, it was so cruel and gruesome that the international community
decided that enough is enough. You know, we're going to ban Yugoslavia from everything, and the sporting world took a stand as well.
Most fans saw their unlikely advancement in the tournament as a stroke of luck that would inevitably fade away as they edged their way to the final against a much stronger German squad. Very few expected to see Denmark actually win the game while keeping a clean sheet, but they did it. The Danes were crowned champions of the tournament after a convincing 2-0 upset over a team that was much better than them on paper. One of the sports world's great underdog stories, this monumental final stands as a reminder that anything can happen on match day.
It stands unrivaled to anything else that's happened in sport in Denmark.
That's what it shows.
And you know, people have an experience for that moment, and people come up to you, even 20 years on, they come up to you and tell you exactly where they were at that particular moment.
Do you agree with our list? Which underdog story is your favorite?
That was a pretty good
For more
list.
exciting top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Ball down, ball through, and the Montreal Alouettes have come all the way back, and they are the 2009 Grey Cup champions.
Mine was that 20-year-old that beat everybody at the Daytona 500. That one was a good upset. And then the Rumble in the Jungle with Muhammad Ali and that other guy, man. It's quick. It's funny how I can forget names that quick. It's sad too in a way. But those two were my favorite. Y'all leave down in the comment section which one was y'all's favorite. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed my reaction. Remember to smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe. And until next time, it's your boy RC signing off. Much love. Peace.